An addictive substance is a non-essential element, meaning it is not necessary to maintain or sustain life. These chemicals can impact the nervous system by producing a sensation of satisfaction as it creates the desire or craving and need, physiological dependency, for more of the element. After the element has been repeatedly used, the changed nervous system now defines the element as being necessary for life, as necessary as oxygen, food, water, shelter, and relationships. Eventually, this element is seen as being more necessary for life than any of the other elements, and the addicted individual will be willing to sacrifice any of the other elements to get more of the addicted substance. The Merriam-Webster definition of addiction is the following: the compulsive need for and use of a habit-forming substance characterized by tolerance and by well-defined physiological symptoms upon withdrawal. Broadly, persistent, compulsive use of a substance known by the user to be harmful. These addictive elements work in several different ways. They can mimic a natural neurotransmitter and activate a nerve cell directly. They can cause an increased release of a natural neurotransmitter. They can cause a delay in the removal of a natural neurotransmitter, or they can attach to a receptor and block the action of a neurotransmitter. What they all share in common is that to varying degrees they all cause an increased release of dopamine in the nucleus accumbens. This release of dopamine labels the element as a reward and facilitates memory of the environment associated with the reward. Once our taste buds have experienced the taste of sugar, all it takes is to think about the taste and dopamine levels in the nucleus accumbens start to rise. The brain uses 50% of the body's available sugar energy. This sugar energy is taken directly from the blood because the brain has no effective way to store sugar. The proper balance of sugar is necessary for the manufacture of neurotransmitters and brain function like attention, cognition, and mood stability. If there's too much sugar in the brain has been shown to age more quickly. It has a negative effect on memory and cognition and accelerates memory loss and dementia. The sugar molecule. The amount of sugar in our average diet has increased greatly in the last 100 years. The amount of sugar eaten in a year by my grandfather when he was 7 will be eaten by my 7-year-old grandson in less than 3 weeks. This increase in sugar consumption not only causes an increase in the risk for diabetes, but it also causes increased inflammatory stress on the nervous system. There's a delicate balance in the levels of glucose, insulin, cortisol, and serotonin that must occur for our nervous system to function properly. A rapid increase in glucose will potentially be toxic to the nerve cells, so the body responds by increasing levels of insulin to decrease the brain concentration of glucose by sending the excess glucose into the cells, most often into the fat cells. Cortisol, the stress hormone that prepares the body for fight or flight, also plays a role in decreasing a rapidly rising brain sugar level, also by causing an increased movement of blood sugar into the fat cells. If the brain level of sugar drops too quickly, cortisol is also active at this time to increase the release of glucose from the liver to ensure the brain has enough sugar to function properly. If the brain level of glucose rises slightly, it causes an increased release of serotonin, the neurotransmitter that has a mood calming effect. It reduces anxious thoughts and feelings. If the serotonin level drops, then the result is often increased cravings for sugary or carbohydrate-rich foods that have a high amount of simple sugars. In small amounts, sugar-containing foods are not harmful or even very addictive. But if there is a repeated intake of high-sugar foods in someone genetically sensitive, then a condition can occur where the cells become less sensitive to the effect of the rising levels of insulin. This condition is called insulin resistance and is the cause of type 2 diabetes. People with type 2 diabetes have intense sugar cravings. In other words, they have an addiction to sugar. This addiction causes obesity, blood vessel disease, heart disease, kidney disease, and brain inflammation, resulting in memory and mood problems. If there is one primary gateway drug, that drug is probably sugar. For additional references and help, please contact the Fractured Resilience website, and to be notified of future videos and podcasts, subscribe to the Fractured Resilience YouTube channel. Thank you.